Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Scott and this is another My Bourbon Journey review. So if you're new to this channel and you're looking for something for reviews of bourbons, ryes, single malts, go ahead and consider hitting the subscribe button. So today I've got Peerless Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey. This is a 2-year rye that is bottled at barrel proof. This is coming in at 107.8 proof or 53.9% ABV. So again, a little bit more information on this. The mash bill on this is 61% rye, 31% corn, and 8% barley. So a really nice mash bill on that. Again, this is a barrel proof rye, so once they do the dump, there is no additional water that's added to bring down any of the proof. So you get exactly what's coming out of the barrel. It is also a non-chill filtered, and again, this is a mash bill of 61% rye, 31% corn, and 8% barley. So what I generally like to do with the reviews is we'll get into the appearance, we'll do the nosing, and then we'll get into the taste and then the finish. So with that being said, actually I should back up a little bit. So there's a bit of a difference in this rye versus some other standards. So I had mentioned before there's the sour mash versus sweet mash, which is, this is a sweet mash. The only difference really is in the process of a sour mash. Through the fermentation, they continue to take a piece of the mash and add that to the next batch. Whereas this is a new process each time a mash is produced. So it's a bit more labor intensive. I would say the amount of time it takes to continue to do all of that, to me, reflects in the taste. I think that process in itself does change a bit of the flavor profile. That's just my opinion. Some may agree or disagree. But anyway, we'll go ahead and we'll get into the appearance of this. So as you can see, it's a really nice amber or a dark kind of color, or a dark honey color to it. So these are all aged in their warehouse in a standard size barrel in a non-controlled or non-temperature controlled facility. So you're getting all of that expansion and contraction throughout the hot and cold months there. So that's kind of nice. So I mean, typically with it being 2 years old, I don't think you would normally see that kind of color on there, but I think it has a lot to do with just their aging process, it being in the larger or standard barrels, and the fact that it's not in a temperature controlled building. So with that being said, again, we'll go, you saw the color, we'll get into a little bit of the nosing here. So right up front, you're getting a little bit of that kind of fresh cut grass or hay, some mint, a little bit of pepper, some caramel. Yeah, that mint's really coming through now. Actually, a little bit of honey actually as well. So a really nice nose for a 2-year rye. There's a lot coming out of this. So let's go ahead and we'll give this a taste. Cheers. Yeah, so right up front, you get a little bit of that initial heat. And again, at 107.8% or 107.8 proof, you would expect there to be a little bit of heat, but that seems to kind of dissipate fairly quickly. It's a really nice, I don't want to say burn, but it is a little bit of that kind of Kentucky hug that you're getting. And it's really nice, not overwhelming by any means. But flavor-wise, you know, a little bit of cinnamon, which you typically get with something that's higher proof, with that little bit of burn or heat to it. Cinnamon always, for me, becomes very predominant. So that's one thing I get quite a bit. but you're getting a lot of the vanilla, butterscotch, a really nice like rye spice to it. A little bit of that kind of fresh cut grass, hay, like I was getting on the nose, but a fair amount of mint is actually coming through. So something that's really nice. And for a 2-year rye, I wouldn't have guessed, if somebody would have given this to me without knowing what it was, I would have never have guessed that this was a 2-year rye. There's a ton of flavor, a little bit of heat. The finish is probably, medium long. There's a little bit of pepper kind of on the finish part of it. Sweetness, that honey's there. So that mixture of all of those, to me, this makes this a fantastic rye. The downfall to it is the price. It's not cheap. It's at the distillery, I paid $125. So for a 2-year rye, something that doesn't have a lot of age to it, you can be a little reluctant to pay that amount of money. Fortunately, I was able to have tried it before I bought it, so that kind of sold me there. But still, is this something that could be in that price point for close to half of that? I would say yes. I mean, I think a lot of people would be much more comfortable paying that $60, $65 for a bottle than the $125. So again, that's one of those, kind of issues with these bourbons and ryes nowadays. Some of the price points on these. I think with a little bit more age, when this gets into that 4-6 year range, if this tastes this way now, my guess is that 4 to 6 year old rye is going to be absolutely fantastic. So I think they've really done a nice job with this. But again, the only thing I can really complain or have an issue with is simply the price point. It's just a little bit high. So with that being said, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, give me some thumbs up, leave some comments. I'm trying to continue to get these out there to everybody. I want everyone to really enjoy these, and hopefully they're useful. So with that being said, again, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you guys next time. Cheers.